I handed the CEO to somebody.
Yeah.
That somebody is that somebody is somebody who has been the backbone of this. So one of the tools that we saw was something that would be beneficial. But then after reaching out to these companies to also get that software to use, we were told that okay, this software you can get it free when you are in, let's say, in the US or in Europe, right? And I was like, wow, something that the US and co they are using it for free, and then we in Africa we have to pay. So it became, I was really sad because
Hi guys, welcome back to the Fortune Tech Space. I'm happy you're here. If it's your first time, I would really love you to, subscribe and stay tuned to our next videos. Today I have Bless here again. Bless has been here in season one of the episodes, where we interviewed his journey, and also he spoke about a startup that he's been working on, right? And today's video is kind of special because that startup has grown to a certain level, which we think it's time to, go back to the story again, talk about it, talk about the journey of that company and where it is now, and all the exciting things that, were in the journey. So but I'm going to let him introduce himself again so that those who didn't watch the video could, get a little bit brief of Bless. So Bless, you're welcome, and I'd like you to introduce yourself to my audience once again.
okay, sure. I'm back again. I'm back again to on the Fortune Test space,
Yeah.
and then so I'm back to give account of what
Exactly. Account
what
of what
went
you said.
on.
Yeah.
So my name is Blaise Tademe, and then I'm a software engineer, the founder and then CTO of Schoola Technology. So if I say CTO, obviously I started alone, so I'll be the CTO. But then for now,
So, are you the CTO and the CEO, or
let's
you?
say now I have team members.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm now the CTO and then the founder, but then we have the CEO now, and
Okay.
then who also kind of look into the operation of the company, what we do, talking to the sales team,
Okay.
getting the schools on board and all that. Whilst I also manage the technical aspect and then the support as well. So
Okay.
we are into it.
Yeah, that's a brief one. But before we continue, a shout out to Schoola. That was Bless Company, They surprised me with a t-shirt, which looks so good on me. It's not for the interview. I mean, he dashed it to me. So, yeah.
If you
Thanks.
need one, just subscribe to Fortune Tech
Yeah,
Space
subscribe
and
and
then
then
you
you
get a
might.
free one
Yes,
from us.
exactly. Yeah. So yeah, back to it. So now we know you are now officially the CTO. You have the company has grown, so the startup has grown. You have members, and you have appointed someone as the CTO, the CEO of the
Yeah.
company, and you are the CEO. Why would you want someone to be the CEO and you be the CTO? Is it because the person has that capabilities and you have the technical capability?
Yeah, of course. We all have our unique talent and experience. So
Yeah.
the reason why I chose someone to be my CEO rather than me being the CEO is the fact that that person has that experience, skills to be able to move the company forward. Not because in terms of the word CEO,
CEO
but then it's to the benefit of everyone in the team.
in the team.
Yeah.
Okay. Could you remind us of when you launched the product? Before we get to what the product is, I just want to clear out some things, right? When did you launch it could be which year and month, not specific dates. Yeah.
Okay, so this particular setup, we don't really I don't think we have one specific
Lunch.
lunch, because you can launch 1 year ago, you can relaunch, and all that.
But I
So
mean, the first time that MVP came and then you were talking about it before you even got to your first. Like the reason why I'm asking is we want to like compare it to your progress so far,
yeah,
right?
yeah, sure.
So that before you start talking about how your journey, we want to know like how long you started this. Yeah.
Okay,
But I
so
believe that was last year.
yes, so that
So
was
2024.
we launched. So we had our first kind of school in I think August last year. Our first client to use their software, and then it was very nervous. It's like you have kind of created a solution for someone to use, and then you yourself you have the faith in the solution to work out. But then the first day where you see, okay, now we have migrated data and all that, now the school is ready to use the software for their daily activities
Yeah.
and all that.
And then you
That's
have this.
never.
Yeah, I know that's
so
right.
so
Like,
you'll be sitting back and be looking at it. Oh, hey, is this people, are they going to face challenges? Is it going to
yeah.
go well and all that?
I think that happens with technical products when you are launching for the first, or when you have your first few customers, you have this anxiety of is things going to work out
Yeah,
well and
yeah,
all that. Yeah.
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 But what?
But tell us, I mean, how difficult was it? Okay, no, before we even get to that, um, tell us about Skoela. Give us uh, someone who doesn't know what Skoela is, like explain to us what Skoela is.
Okay, so let me clear my throat. Yes. So, Schoola is Schoola technology, as we call it, and then we have the product called Schoola ERP. So the software is to help schools manage their finances, their academics, and then the entire students, what they go on in, what goes on in the school, what they do in the school, and all that, everything about the child and also about the school. So if you are a school owner, you want to know how much you are making, at least. You want to know how much you are spending towards maybe salaries and all that. You want to also know how much you are getting from the students and all that, be able to kind of manage the situation as well. And then the reason why we are also moving forward is we are very unique, because some of the team members are coming from the educational background. So
Yeah.
we know what goes on in the school. If you have data, how are you going to use that data to help the student? We are not talking about you using the software or the solution to just help the school. We also want that solution to also help the student as well.
So, past data from, let's say, if I'm a student in the school, based on my results and activities and all
Yes.
that, you can use my data as a student to predict some things for me in the future in
Yes,
that school.
yes. So
Yeah.
the reason why there's data analytics is because we have data. So
Yeah.
if a school you have data, you don't know how to utilize that data, then that means the data is useless.
Yeah.
So we went further. We want the school to be able to analyze the child. So we have a dashboard where you can track the child's performance, whether in terms of the scoring side, where you have maybe 100 over 120, you can track that side, and also track the non-scoring. So the non-scoring will be based on the learning goals. So at the end of the term, what kind of characteristics are you looking for from the student? So that kind of learning goals will help you to track the child's performance. So at the end of the term or the academic year, you can get that kind of analytics and the trend. And then the system has inbuilt AI, of course. So once the data is there, the system is able to, based on this historical data, is able to advise you as a teacher or as a school owner. Okay, this child is doing this. So how are you going to use this data to help the child in future? Okay, maybe the child, based on the trend in the performance,
Performance.
then we
Yeah.
are we are likely to see that, okay, in the end of the school journey or the final year, he's likely to get maybe so and so or whatever. So we do that, and then we analyze the financial record as well. So that is Skoela for you.
Okay, so what is these 5 features? Do you have more than 5 features?
Of course.
Okay, so if you have more than 5, what are these 5 features that if you tell me, I'll say, okay, you've nailed it.
Okay,
You've nailed it.
So when you are starting products like this, we build for the user, the end user. We don't build for ourselves.
Yeah.
So what we have realized is there was this school that we had a demo session with. So the administrator was like, they spend a lot on SMS credit. So they buy credit to send bulk SMS and all that. And then they do hard copy as well for like the child's well-being in the school daily. So they have a book that we call it student diary. So the student diary is talking about, let's say, the child, what the child ate in the school, the mood of the child throughout the day, like the bowel movement, everything about the child in the school. So they were using, like, they print hard copy books and then hand it to the teachers for them to be recording those things. And then they will put that copy inside the child's bag to the house. But then when we introduced this to them, they were surprised because it's not all schools that have this kind of way of recording some things about the child. So they were surprised. But then, we are also coming from, some of us are coming from the educational background. So we know what is going on in the school, what the schools are trying to, record. So we have the home school diary where it records everything about the child in the school.
Okay.
And then the SMS part. If you join Schoola, the SMS is free for you. You don't need to pay for anything.
Okay.
So if you are maybe signing up to a bulk SMS where you send, you have to now go and input the what do you call it? The parents' number one by one manually to be sending bulk SMS. You don't have to worry about that again. Once you have the parents in the system, you can send bulk SMS. And then we also have the analytics where you can analyze the child's performance and all that. We have the financial aspect as well. And then one thing that will be coming later is what we call the smart the cashless canteen. It's already in the process, but very soon our schools, our partner schools who are on the platform will get to use.
How is that? How does it work?
So what we want to do is, some of the schools kind of take feeding fee, right, every day, and then imagine you having to record feeding fee for every child. If you have 300 students, you have to be recording one by one. You know how it's tedious. And also, we have students, maybe the parents will give them money. You go to school and somebody will go and take the money from their bag, right? So we want to also help the parents as well, so that they will not have complaints about, okay, my child, the money got missing in the school, somebody took the money and all that. So what we have done is we want to make the school smart. So the parent will log into the system, deposit money on the card. So when the child comes to school, I want to go and buy maybe anything from the tax shop. You go, you issue your card, and then your card has
the barcode or something.
Your image. So if it is not for you and then you send it, that means it's not for you. Then you'll be held responsible for that. So
but wouldn't students hate that feature? Because now I don't have money and I want to buy maybe toffee. My parents don't allow me to buy toffee. So, but then my parents will see that I've bought toffee with their money.
Yes, of course. In a way, if children, I've also been a child before. There are things that we want to buy. Our parents will say don't buy, but we are stubborn as we are. We will still go and buy it. So, but this one is also good because you can leave your money in your bag and somebody can go and take it. But this one, nobody can use it because your picture is not on the card. And when you go and you show it to them, the one in charge of attending or selling to you, and then your picture is not on it, definitely you'll not be able to use the card. So you have no other choice but what, to return it.
Yeah.
So
You
that
you
is it.
you made mention of, I mean, some time ago in our conversation, you said the software, once you sign up as student, it generates a card
Yeah.
for every student. So that is what you also use to check in and check out a student from the school.
Yeah. So we have. So the card is.
So the card is like the one thing that gives detail about the student anyway.
Yeah.
So the student wants to pass through the gate is the card. If they want to go to canteen, it will be the card.
Sure.
Everything.
Yeah. So the card gives you access to everything.
Everything in the
your
school.
your attendance in school, your canteen, showing as an identity and all that. And then aside the cashless canteen, we also have a feature where parents can sit in the house. Okay, the school is offering, let's say, a menu, like they have different type of food that they eat every day.
Yeah.
So the parents can sit in the house, look at the menu, and try and select the food that they want their child to eat throughout the week. So Monday, I want my child to eat banku and okro soup. Tuesday, I want my child to eat fried rice and whatever. So the parent can select all these things and then pay. So when the child comes to school, all that they need to do is go to the whoever is sharing the food. You take your ID card, they scan it,
They know what
and then
food they are
it will
eating.
send SMS to the parent that, okay, this particular food, your child has gone to take the food. So you in the house, you're like, okay, I ordered for this, my child has gone to take. So if you schedule for maybe banku and whatever on Monday, and then you didn't receive any alert that your child has gone to take the food, that means that money that you use will still be in your wallet.
Oh.
Okay, so that you don't just buy something without your child going to reclaim it and then.
But wouldn't the school not like that? Because the school don't care if your student came for the food or not. You have to pay for the feeding fee. But that being said, it means that the platform is not for only the schools to monitor staff, but then it also have a portion for the students' parents or the guidance
Yes.
to monitor some certain things, and it also make some some changes like picking the student's food, the child's food, depositing some money for canteen,
Yeah.
all those things. That's really impressive. I mean,
yeah.
that's impressive.
That's why you have to join us.
That's impressive. If you are a school administrator or school staff, recommend this to your principal or whoever is the head of the school, because this looks like a big deal. Before we get to the pricing, which we'll get to, I want us to go back a little and talk about getting that first customer or school, because I know now
Very important.
you have quite some number of schools on your platform. So that first school that you got, how was the struggle to get it? What was the bargain with the school? Did they make you change some pricing? Were they bargaining with pricing and all that? How was the struggle with that school? You don't have to mention the school name.
Okay, so actually, the first school that started using our models, we had the Skoela there, but we had models that we integrated into other schools, their software. So that school is there and they are using the software. They know themselves. They use the models in their school, but they are not attached to Schoola. But they use our models. So they are there. So the first school, it was through somebody. So it was word of mouth. And then I got to the school. I explained to them what we are all about, and then they bought the license. So actually, they didn't buy like what we have now.
No. So the pricing has changed from the first client.
Yes.
Okay.
So the first client offered an amount, a fixed amount for 1 year.
For 1 year. Okay.
So the money is quite good, you know.
I mean, for such a software.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
So the money, it was quite good. So when I had that money, what I did was to invest it into the cloud, the
Okay.
SMS, API integration, and all that. And then we started kind of recruiting um, the sales team, the support team, and the rest. And shout outs to my support and sales team. They are the best.
They are doing a good
They are
job.
doing a good job. Very good job. So
Okay.
once we got the first one after integrating it, then we left it for them. So one of the important things as a startup you need to do is to kind of talk to your customers and listen to their feedbacks and all that. So they helped us a lot because they were sending feedbacks. Okay, we are okay with this. We are happy with this. We are happy with this. But can this one be tweaked a little bit and all that? So
Okay.
we use that kind of period to refine the features that we have
Based on their feedback.
based on their feedback and all. Because we know that all these schools they have some things in common, right?
Yeah.
But we need to also be careful that we don't go and pick somebody's feedback and do it for them,
Yeah.
while the other one will suffer.
Yeah. So like you have to analyze
yes,
some
so
number of
all the
schools.
feedback that comes, we analyze it and see how best it can benefit the other schools before we do that. So
Okay.
after the first school, I think through that.
So with the first school, you didn't really have any challenge with them apart from like them. Okay, they were with the old model of where the pricing model where you have to pay a fixed price for a certain.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so okay, let's go on.
So they paid for 1 year and then they give us the money. And then the second school, I think the second school was through an ad that we started running.
Okay.
And then that
Also,
month.
also with the old model.
No. So after the first school, we had demo sessions with other schools and realized that, when somebody is trying to adopt your software or your solution, sometimes paying that huge amount of money for 1 year becomes like, hey, they are doubting, is this software going to really help us? So they want to, fill the software before. So we now decided to do per student, per term. So you can just decide that, okay, I'm going to try you for 1 term and see if you can help me. If you don't help me, I'll leave. So we started implementing the termly plan with the number of students, so that if you have 10 students, 30 CDs, multiply, do the calculations and all that. That's all. So we started implementing that. And then someone through our ad came, and then that person didn't know me. He doesn't even know me from anywhere. So he saw the ad, called me, we had demo session, we went through the software, and I said, okay, look, we are done with the demo session. How do you feel? Do you want to jump on it? Quickly, he said, send me your account number.
he's the owner of the school.
Yeah, he's the owner of the school. He doesn't even know me. He has not met me before. But the once I showed him the solution, what the software does, immediately I said, I have to send you a contract for you to go through before you send me the money. But he said, no, what you have showed me is enough. Just send me your account number. Then we'll just pay and start it. And then that was a nice experience. So
yeah, that's like some trust on the go.
Trust, yes. So
yeah,
I sent him the contract, and then he read through, signed, and then within few minutes he paid for some number of students for the term, and then he started using it.
Do you still have that client?
Yes. He's always
he's still happy.
He's still happy, always happy.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's like a good feel.
Yeah. So I think within a week or so after closing the deal with that school, the next week or so, I think the next 2 weeks, we started receiving calls. So that
from
that
the
was,
ads that you like.
Yeah. Right? So that was the time I actually said, no, if I'm going to be receiving all these calls,
you need to
I need to pull
people
and then we work together. So that's when I talked to some people show them the vision, what we want to do, and all that, and they came on board. So now I have like almost six or so sales personnel, and then I have almost like, let's say, five support team. So if
Oh,
you
okay.
come, so this is it. If you come, we are not like a company that will just sell the software for you and leave you.
Yeah.
So once you come, you are assigned to a support staff. If you have
Oh,
any problem, you send us an email, and then we'll respond and quickly solve the problem for you. So that's what we do.
that's like some serious stuff going on,
Yes, yes,
man.
yes.
I quite remember when like you were working on this product where you don't have any customers yet, and today it's a different story altogether. That's quite interesting.
So let me quickly chip in this. So the reason why I said I handed the CEO to somebody,
Yeah.
that somebody is that somebody is somebody who has been the backbone of this, because
Oh, he has been
that,
there
yes,
since.
he has been there since. So you know the thing, I started this thing long ago, like 2 years. I started building it model by model, trying to kind of analyze the school, what they do, try and talk to some teachers in different schools and some school owners. What so they don't know I was trying to do this, but I was just asking them like random questions. So when I ask and then get the idea, then I build it small, small. So it was at a point that the current CEO now told me, hey, you better put this one into a SaaS something, and then try and
Yeah.
give it to the schools for them to also experience
That
the.
means he literally he was even the one who said like, okay, what you've built so far, it should be like a SaaS product,
Yes,
not just serving
yes,
someone.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So he gave me that encouragement. Bless, you know what? Just put this uh, put this whole thing, try and build them, combine it, do it as a package, and give it to the schools. They will use it, they will love it. So at that time, I was not even thinking about becoming what is CTO, what is CTO,
See,
what is CEO.
okay.
My mine is just to be working for people. When you need the software, you come, I build for you, I take your money and go. But then,
Yeah.
when you build something for somebody and using it, that person will definitely come to you again. So why not? And then what I did was, so if you look at how we are paying for cloud services, you know how expensive it is.
Yeah.
Yes, so I don't want the burden. If you are building something, somebody is happy to use that software. But when it comes to the cloud services, when that person sees that charges,
Yeah,
they
they get
tend to,
scared and all that, right?
so what I actually did is to kind of get the cloud services, pay for it, and then allow the schools to enjoy.
So when they pay,
Yes,
then
so
you use it to,
yes, so
yeah.
definitely that is it. We don't want a situation where they are paying for cloud services. They are also going to be looking for additional cloud technicians. The school sometimes they don't
Yeah.
have that kind of skilled personnel to be
Yeah.
handling that. So
True.
we want to do that for them, and
Yeah.
then they use the software.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there other companies doing something close to what you are doing or more that you feel like they are also getting in your way, or you are just alone right now in the market you operate in?
Okay, so actually, there's nothing new in this world. Everything you have competition, and competition is very good. And I also take some form of inspiration from some of these companies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes I'll be there, and then I'll kind of see an ad, or I'll see a software talking about schools and all that.
Yeah.
Then what I do is I want to learn. So I'll just go to their website, look at what they are doing
Yeah.
and the impact they are making.
Yeah.
Then I'll come back to my team, discuss with them, and we'll see how best we solve it. So that's it.
Before we continue, I don't know if this is the right time to talk about, but starting from, you getting that first customer and keeping your product on the cloud and, having to pay for database and all that. How was your finance in terms of that? Did you have to finance everything by yourself, or you got some investment from somewhere, or how did you manage it?
Okay, so as a startup coming up, you have to also kind of feel the heat and invest your own money. So
Yeah.
what I was doing is, when I receive, so I do freelancing as well.
Yeah.
I work as a full time with a company. So, and then I do freelancing as well.
Yeah.
So I did some freelancing work for some people. So like building a software, what do you call it? A website for those individuals. After taking the money, I use some of the money to pay for the interface, like
Okay.
a front end developer to get the designs and all that in place. And then I integrated it myself into the back end I was doing. So
Okay.
after that, I had to, when you go to a school or you want to show a demo, somebody will want to see that you actually is hosted online, not to come and do your local
Yeah,
host
yeah,
something.
yeah,
So I have to now. So that was fit. So I created an account on Digital Ocean. Shout outs to Digital Ocean. So they gave us
yeah.
credit. So they gave us
Oh,
credit
okay.
for, I think it was 2 months or 3 months or so. So I had that faith that, okay, if I try and create that account on Digital Ocean, push the code, and try and use the money I have to kind of run some ads and see how best we can. And then before even that 2 months credit period ended, I got the first client.
Oh,
So that's why I was saying
that's
the
that's
faith.
that's
So I had
that's
the
like,
faith that, okay, within these 2 months, I'll be able to catch some client.
yeah.
So that was it.
That, but are you and okay, so that was how, like, so it means that you have been funding the project
Yes,
yourself
yes.
and alone
Mm-hmm.
till now, or now? Okay,
So
if now they are companies, like they are customers,
yes,
so
yes.
yeah.
So
Okay, but are you looking to like get some funding from
of
some
course
investors
we want
based on
to.
your vision,
Yeah, yeah.
like you
We
want to
want to
expand?
expand. So I think the CEO also came in, the one who gave me the encouragement and all that. He
Yeah.
came in and also offered to help. So, as he being part of the team and being the CEO, he also kind of
Oh, so he
invested an
also,
amount. Yes, yes, yes.
okay, so okay, that's
Yeah.
great.
So he invested an amount. So now we have,
So he's more like a co-founder now.
yeah,
He's not
yeah,
just a
yeah. He's
CEO.
not just a CEO.
He's a
He's more
co-founder.
or less like a co-founder now.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy for you. I mean, like, I'm happy
Yeah.
from like
Yes.
looking at the whole journey. I
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying. You might not understand it like too well because he's just saying it, but like I could relate. I could
It's not
relate.
easy. It's not
I could
easy.
relate.
But I always say I'm very lucky because I started in August. I started getting my first client in
In
August or so.
August last year,
And then
2024.
today is February, right?
Yeah.
And now I have close to like 10 schools.
10 schools. That's
So
like you're getting more than one a month.
yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
that's like a cool start, right? Without really doing some massive marketing or some great.
Yeah.
That tells that if you start to do them, that's why we
Marketing.
need investors. You need
Yeah, yeah,
investor
yeah.
right now.
We need you. If you have some money sitting somewhere, bring it.
Yeah, bring it. We used to expand.
Let's expand. Yes, and then
Okay, so currently you are operating in only Ghana.
yes,
And
yes,
I even guess the Ghana Accra is just Accra
yeah.
for now, right?
No,
And
no, no. So the second client is in, people are really kind of into this technology because the second client is in Swedro.
the school is there.
The school is in Swedro.
Swedru.
Swedru
Swedru is,
is in
we
the
will
eastern
consider
region.
Swedru as,
It's it's a great town.
it's a big
It's a
town.
big town, yeah, in the
Okay.
eastern region. So it's not really in Accra
It's
alone.
not in Accra.
We have schools in eastern region, Volta region, Ashanti region. They are all
But
coming.
there's still a lot of schools you could get on board, even in Ghana here alone.
Yeah. So
Okay.
what I would say out there is one of the demo session we did, that person was kind of doubting because they kind of buying softwares here and there. It's not fitting into the educational system and all that. So then they will just abandon. So what I'll say is, if you are not sure of what you are getting, just get in touch with us. We once you come for the demo, we will not force you
To use it.
to use it. No.
It has to fit.
Yes. So once you come, we will listen to you. We are not just selling something to you. We want to listen to what you are going through as a school, and then we'll offer the solution to you. So
Okay.
you come with your problems, we'll look at it, and then we'll tell you what we have. So one of the demo sessions, somebody came. He came with a lot of expectation. So the first message I received from him was, please say I'm not a first time user of school management system and I need specific needs. So
And he
says
listed it.
specific. And I said, okay, if you doubt, just book the demo session and let's start. So the time we started the demo session, actually shout out to my sales team, David. So actually at that moment I was not available. So my support,
Your sales
my
team.
sales guy had the demo session with him. So I joined, I think, midway through the session. And then this particular man was very, very happy.
He was happy
because
already.
he was like, what? And you are selling this for how much? We say 30 cedis. No. You can't sell this thing for 30 cedis per student. So you see, that's why I'm saying, if you are doubting, just come. Let's see how best the software can help you or the solution can help you. And you yourself, you can judge it.
Yeah.
Because if you are getting a solution that is taking a lot of workload from you, cutting costs, that's what you need. Yeah, so he was very happy.
So he's now a client.
No.
He's still in
You
the
know,
process.
this kind of, it's like you are talking to schools. So it's not like individual where maybe you talk to the individual and he's happy there and then you just sign up. But he is also part of like
Okay, he's not the main person who will make the final decision.
Yes. So he has to go and sit down with. He is, I think, the administrator. So he has to go and sit with the principal. The principal will go and sit with maybe the school owners and talk to them, and then they will make a decision before they come back to kind of.
I hope he
sign up.
took notes or something to
Yes.
communicate something
Yes.
proper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. He was happy. So we are having communication with him. So we hope
Okay.
that by the end of this month
He will come
he'll
on.
also come and join the amazing team.
I hope he gets on. So yeah, the website is Schoola.com in case you want to check it out. So the next question will be, I understand so far that it can only work in Ghana because of maybe the payment and the SMS and all that. What's the plan for like getting this out the country as well, making it a global software which could also fit into the schools? Because I mean, you might go to Nigeria and probably their system is quite different. It means you have to learn and then also see how you can integrate it. What was the plan for that?
Okay, so there's a saying that charity begins at home. So you need to solve your the problems in your house before you go outside. So one thing that I learned during the COVID, I was working with an international school, which I'll not mention the name now. So we were trying to gather some resources during the COVID time because at that time, no students comes to the school for lesson and all that. And then we were trying to find ways and means we can teach the kids in the house and also assess them as well. So one of the tools that we saw was something that would be beneficial. But then after reaching out to these companies to also get that software to use, we were told that okay, this software you can get it free when you are in, let's say, in the US or in Europe, right? And I was like, wow, something that the US and co they are using it for free, and then we in Africa we have to pay. So it became, I was really sad because we needed to use it to also help our students during the COVID time. But since we are not in the US,
You can't
you
use
can't
it.
use it. We have to pay for it. So obviously we had to pay. So the school I was working with, they paid for that solution and started using it. So what I wanted to do is to make sure I also build something that Africans or even, let's say, Ghanaians can use.
Okay.
So that when I'm satisfied that okay, I'm able to at least solve I cannot solve all the
All the
problems in the
problems,
educational
yeah.
sector, but at
Yeah.
least if I'm able to solve some portion of it, and we feel that okay, let's take that portion and also help others who are outside. Of course, we will do that. So we also have plans of kind of white labeling the company. So you can reach out to us and decide that okay, you have a company, a software company, you want to white label our software and also sell to your client or sell to. So if you are in Europe, you are in US, you want to white label Scholar, you can reach out to us. We'll just customize everything with your brand and all that, and then you can sell it. So we don't even need to kind of expand to other countries, but
Yeah.
with white labeling and all that, we can
Okay.
also
So
go
you
into.
are open for white
Yes, we
labeling
are
your
open for white
product.
labeling.
So how many staffs do you have now? Looking at the growth, it's less than a year since you said
Yeah,
August.
yeah, yeah.
How many staffs do you have now?
Yeah,
I
so
mean, if you have a lot of staff, it also shows that the company is growing, right? Yeah.
but if you say a lot of staff, the company is growing, it's not really like that.
Oh, what do you mean? Are you trying to tell me that you would employ someone who is not capable and the person just be there and be paying the person?
Okay, so you know, doing business is kind of a risk sometimes. So at, at the first instance, when we had 3 schools, we were not even up to that number. We had 3. So my CEO was like, "Bless, let's invest in people. You are there, you are building the technical stuff. I'm also here handling the operations, but let's get people on board. Let's motivate them to also do the work. Because if you bring in somebody, it's it's not really about paying the person thousands of CDs, 10,000 of
Yeah.
CDs. Sometimes some people come, they want to be motivated. So he said, okay, let's motivate them with this. Let's give them this amount of money and let's motivate them every now and then and see what they can do. So at that instant, I was not even because we are generating revenue, we are using that money to be paying for cloud services.
Yeah.
So if we are going to bring in a sales team and the rest, that means you have to also be paying them as well.
From that same
From
money.
that same revenue.
Yeah.
But then he helped. He invested some money, and then based on that money, we used to kind of pay for the
I
sales.
think I have
team
to
and-
meet this your CEO.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah,
has
yeah.
he has a
He's
lot
a
of
nice
wisdom.
person. He's a nice
Yeah.
person.
Yeah. I need to meet him. I have to interview him.
Yeah, it's good if you have, because if you have a co-founder, it's not
Yeah.
maybe he is more like a co-founder and an investor.
Yeah.
So it's if you have an investor who will come and invest the money and
Leave you.
and come back and come and ask
How
how
far?
my brother, how
Yeah.
far? So somebody who will be there
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, if
Then,
you are going for an investor, I mean, he should also come with some knowledge. And I don't think an investor will just give his money and allow you to do anything.
yes,
He would come with knowledge, guiding you. And before someone invests in your company, I mean, he's into that category or
of course,
something.
of course.
So he would advise you. So, unless maybe too busy
And
investor
then
that can.
the funny thing, he is someone who is always busy. So
Okay.
when I asked him, like I wanted to ask him to join me when I was starting because he rather pushing me, let's do this. But then he is a busy person and he has businesses,
Yeah.
So somebody who has businesses, we are going to bring him into startup.
Like, I
It's like we are
mean,
wasting his time.
yeah.
So I didn't wanted to do that. So
Mhm.
if I have issues, like if I'm going to into a deal, I want to sign schools, I'll talk to him. I'll call him. He will get the time to talk to me. So at a point, I said, "Oh." So I think he rather came to me and was like, "Bless." Okay. I think I wanted to kind of. I was looking for investors to bring in money for us to expand. So throughout this journey, he was guiding me and all that. But at the point, we were not getting the right people.
The right
It's either
people.
maybe they are bringing the money, but
The terms,
the
the conditions
ideas,
are not.
so
Yeah.
the conditions are not good. So after those meetings and all that, he was like, "Bless, you know what? uh, I'll put my business aside sometimes and I'll join you. So I want to join you. What role are you
Ooh,
giving me?" I was like, "Oh, you are the big boss. So which role am I going to give you?" And
okay.
he was like, "Okay, you give me any role." So I said, "Okay, let me give you the CEO."
Then you say
And
yes.
he said, "Okay, so okay, what?" He was joking. So how much equity are you giving me? I was like, "Oh, you come in. Let's discuss." And was like, I'm not coming in alone. I'm coming with money. So this is the amount I'm giving you. I want to be part of it. So if I come and be part of it and I don't spend, that means I'm just there because there's nothing, because it's only the advice that I'm going to give you. My money is not in there. So if it fails, I don't care, but I want to feel the pain when the company goes down or something bad happens. So I want to invest this money and then I want to come in as the CEO as well and help. I was
Okay.
like, "What? How much are you giving me?" Saying this. I said, "Oh." Oh, there was only he invested the money, came in, and also always we do stuff. And then very soon there are things that we want to, bring out aside the Schoola. There are
Okay.
things that we want to do to help the community because one of the reason why I started the Schoola, we wanted to help the community. Where I came from, I couldn't use computers up to a certain point. And these days, even when you are teaching, you are a teacher, you are teaching, but you need
Some certain things to.
some computer skills to be able
Yeah.
to help you. Because
Oh,
maybe you are doing your lesson plan, you are doing your scheme of work. You need computers to be doing that. And when you go to these schools, so we have implemented the Scholar for a school. And if you are not computer inclined, you cannot use
the
they have to
scholar
teach
software.
you and all that. But if you have basic computer skills, at least you are able to kind of find your way through. So that is what we want to do, like community training and all that.
Okay.
So
So you go to school, so then probably train
yes,
the
yes,
teachers
yes.
on
So
some
that's
basic
what,
stuff.
yeah, that's what we want to do. So
That's like a good idea.
yeah. So
You put me on. You put
oh
me
yeah,
on.
yeah,
You put
yeah.
me on.
So we'll be
Yeah.
doing that as well. It's in the pipeline. Very soon you hear from us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this has been a long video, and we'll like to wrap up. Last words, and what do you want to tell people about Schoola, and if they are a school, if you are speaking to a school, um, just give them that two benefits that they'll gain from using Schoola and reasons why they should use Schoola.
Okay. So, as a school, you kind of want the parents to be involved in whatever you do in the school. So, it's not like you have hard copies of results and things about the child that the parent needs to drive to the school or come to the school to come in. kind of see what is going on. The parent can be in the house and then look at what is going on in the school. And also, definitely, if you are a business, school running a school is also a business. So if you have things that you need to be printing, you have a lot of things you have to. So if you are marking attendance,
Yeah.
you have to print a lot of books, give it to your teachers to be marking and all that.
Yeah.
That is hard copy printing.
Yeah.
You need to pay for that, and then you need to kind of be printing a lot of stuff. So cutting costs. So Skoela will help you to cut costs. It will help you to kind of communicate with your parents and all that. And then it will help you a lot analyze your student, because for example, you have students who are going to the final year.
Yeah.
You have to know their strength. You have to know where they need help. So
Yeah.
the software will able to analyze all those information for you. Once you have that information, then based on that you can help the child, because it can predict. So if you have previous academic years, it can pick all those scores
And
and then the
predict.
comment and the learning goals, and then predict that okay, if the child is going this way, he's likely to be getting this mark, he's likely to be getting this grade. So based on that, you can now advise the child, or you can now advise the parent to kind of put in measures. So there are a lot of benefits. So as I would say, you have to test the waters. So
Yes.
just put the doubt aside. Just come, let's give you a demo and see how best the solution
For
can
me, I
help your school.
think the features are there.
Yes.
They just have to trust and trust the app. I mean, I know some people would say would have tried other ones, and but you just come on board. I mean, try for just a term,
Yeah.
which is like 3 months.
Yeah.
And if it works for you, you stick. If it
Yeah.
doesn't, I mean, we just shake hands and
Yes.
then we part. Yes, so Bless, thank you for coming on the Fortune Tech Space once again with progress on from our last discussion.
Yes.
And I'm excited to be sharing this with you, to my people. And
All right. So
I hope to see you back again with bigger
oh
stuff.
yeah. So I'll come again and show you stuff.
Bigger stuff. All right. So guys, thanks for listening. This was, a massive win from Bless from his last interview. And let me say this without letting him hear. If you're a school, I think you need this software. It's really good. I've seen it. I've gone through all the features. I mean, it looks what he says, right? So yeah. See you guys. If you want to visit the site, is Schoola.com. I'll put it in the description. I'll put it on the screen somewhere. You guys could check it out. And yeah, I'll see you next time. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And if you have already
subscribe and get
yeah,
t-shirt from
yeah,
Skoela.
I know, right?
Subscribe and get
Subscribe
free
and
t-shirt.
get one t-shirt. I mean, when you subscribe from now, I'll know that you subscribed out of this video, and you just put in the comment section that you have subscribed and you want one of this, and then we'll get it over to you. Even though it's free to you, it still does some marketing. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye.